No. We have one transparent management fee, structured so we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, you really do look out for your clients.
That's because our top priority is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement. It might be why most of our clients come from other money managers. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you have switched to us. Fisher Investments. Clearly different money management.
Investments and securities involve the risk of loss.
Moments like watching my grandson feel second mean a lot to me. But after being diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that has spread to other parts of the body, they mean even more. I take Ibrance, palbociclib.
Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for postmenopausal women or for men with HR-positive, HER2-negative NBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting,
middle seat on an airplane. We're having a real conversation about ED, impotence, or low testosterone. At Prime Male Medical, they've helped thousands of men in the Bay Area. Here's Dr. Robert Rowley.
We have virtually every medication known to man to help men.
Get your first visit, PSA and testosterone test, Doppler ultrasound, and a full year of follow-up visits for just $99. Learn more at PrimeMaleMedical.com or call 415-761-4037. That's 415-761-4037.
Nature Valley has helped restore access to 10,000 miles of park trails, and we're on our way to restoring even more because every mile is a new memory. Out there, Nature Valley.
KCBS News Time 8:28. We're back on the roads now with Kim. She joins us from your local Honda dealer's traffic center. We are taking a look again at the Altamont Pass, where we've had a crash on westbound 580 as you make your way up to the top of the hill, about a mile before. The lanes have been blocked here for a while. Traffic is backed up well into Tracy, almost to 11th Street. So this is a real mess trying to make your way past this crash site. They were holding all lanes last we talked. Looks like traffic was getting by using shoulder only. In the meantime, a new crash just coming in for Union City. This is northbound 880, just north of Alvarado Niles. CHP is on the way. It looks like these vehicles, though, are pulling off to the right shoulder. And we're looking once again at the San Mateo Bridge coming off the west end. It's slow off the high rise on West 92, joining the 101 interchange. In fact, it's slow on north. Game. Your next update, 8:38 on the traffic leader, KCBS. Mostly sunny skies expected throughout the afternoon today once the overcast dissipates. Highs getting into the 60s and 70s at the beaches, into the 90s inland. Traffic and weather together on the 8s on KCBS.
Experience the crown jewel of Hot Rod with family and friends at America's favorite car show. It's the Good Guys 35th Race Deck West Coast Nationals this weekend at the Alameda County Fairgrounds in Pleasanton. Explore over 3,500 hot rods, muscle cars, and trucks through 1997. Plus, don't miss the Good Guys CPP Autocross Series racing action featuring the Fight Deck West Coast Shootout. And see who takes home the Good Guys 2022 BASF America's Most Beautiful Award. It's all this weekend at the Alameda County Fairgrounds. Details at good-guys.com.
Find your perfect move-in ready home at the San Francisco Shipyard with incredible and value today. The San Francisco Shipyard has new construction, move-in ready homes with amazing bay views, transparently priced condos from the 600,000s, and townhomes from the low 1 millions. With Lennar's Everything's Included upgrade package featuring Bosch appliances and more. Don't delay. Lock in your call 415-975-4181 today for an appointment, or visit live@sfshipyard.com. That's live@sfshipyard.com.
News that matters to you. Around the Bay, around the world, around the clock. All news 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS.
It's Monday, August 22nd, 2022. Coming up on KCBS. I'm Kathy Novak inside Soledad State Prison, where incarcerated men are coming face-to-face with survivors of violent crime.
It's like a day of reckoning.
And the nation's COVID response leader, Dr. Anthony Fauci, announced his plans to retire by the end of the year. Good morning, I'm Melissa Colross, KCBS News Time 8. Watch, sponsored by Pacific Coast Termite. Crime in the Bay Area and across California has attracted national attention in recent months. The recall of San Francisco District Attorney Chesa Boudin shined a spotlight on the debate how to increase community safety, prevent criminals from reoffending, and protect victims. All this week, we'll be taking a look at the innovative approach of an East Bay nonprofit called the Ahimsa Collective. Warning, references to violence in these stories may be upsetting to some listeners. And in the first of this series of special reports, KCBS's Kathy Novak takes us on a journey with a group of crime. This road leads to a place that most people will never see. Patty O'Reilly has driven from Sonoma to share the story of how she lost her husband almost 20 years ago.
In that circle, it's a very deep sharing, and even after 6 months, people really didn't want me to be crying around them anymore.
So she has come to an support. This is correctional training facility, better known as Solid.
I'm Patty. On April 19th of 2004, my husband Danny was hit and killed by a drunk driver.
She's part of the Empathize program, where survivors of crime, people who are serving long prison sentences for committing similar crimes.
This is us. This is my
El O'Dowd's daughter Emily was also killed by a drunk driver, and for at least an hour each, Elle and Patty share their stories with about 25 incarcerated men hanging on their every word.
It was his 7th DUI. He'd already served 2 5-year terms for felony DUI, which means he probably hurt other people. I hated him. Thought he should be locked up forever.
The idea is to show these men the real impacts of their actions, including on people they might not have considered, like Patty's children.
She said her daddy had us move.
She brought a card that one of them made for the man who killed their father.
She says, "Dear Mr. Albertson, today is the 16th of August, and I will be 10 years old on September 1st. I just want to make sure you know that I forgive you."
Patty forgave him too, not for him, but for herself and her children.
I could just feel this venom and poison in me. And I knew that if I didn't forgive him, that poison wasn't going to harm Mike Albertson. It was going to harm my daughters.
As for Elle, she had questions, especially because her own family struggles with alcohol abuse.
And I knew that this man who'd done this thing, if he had offenses, that meant that he'd had some kind of significant trauma in his life. And I wanted to know what that was. I wanted to know about him.
And eventually she went to meet him in person at San Quentin State Prison.
And he was hunkered down and he couldn't look at me. And I walked over to him and I gave him a hug, and he cried on my shoulder. He cried on my shoulder.
Then they talked for 5 hours.
He was a monster for a long time, and I felt great anger towards him. And then to see him and to be with him and to hear his story, well, he was not a monster. He was just a wounded, broken human who was trying to deal with pain that was a horrible pain.
And a lot of the men in this circle can relate.
That's so devastating to hear too, that I caused that to a family as well.
When I was out there in the streets, I was no different. I mean, I was drinking, I was driving, I was living a responsible life. Not care. Not even myself, no one. And I know I harmed a lot of people.
In the next part of this series, an extraordinary story of survival.
If I didn't get out of the car, I was probably going to be killed.
And what it means to see the human faces of harm inside a prison.
It's like a day of reckoning.